Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
And I'm
All right.
mighty tired of your trifling ways.
Gas prices. And believe it or not, by some sheer amount of luck or wizardry, big Harry Potter guy, so maybe, Rupert Grint came out and said expensive petroleum, and all of a sudden everyone got distracted and voted yes. People want change. And everyone's, a keyboard warrior on social media, and they say all their opinions, and they throw stuff out there, they share posts and comment, and they say, we didn't do this, we did that. Are those people going to the polls? A lot of things in our lives that you just can't control. One thing you can is your effort into something.
Some of the old songs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in a special edition of Unfiltered here with Kyle Cornell. So happy you were with us. It's the Cavs pregame, Game 7. What is going to happen tonight? So happy you were with us as we break this down. I think we maybe finally nailed the set. Looks pretty good now. Again, yours truly, Kyle Cornell, with you until tip-off at around 8 o'clock tonight. And, of course, post-game coverage is going to be taken care of by the main event. Rob, Eli, Double A going to have all the breakdown of what goes down tonight and what should be an eventful Game 7 over in Detroit. Quick reminder, do not forget to like, subscribe, punch that notification bell across all of our social media. Just go to @InsideEdgeNet across, you see at the bottom of your screen there, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and everything in between. And do not forget, head over to our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You can use a promo code, by the way. Use Insider. That's Insider, bottom of your screen there, to get about roughly 20% off of your purchase. We're trying to get 10 items sold by the end of the month, so Eli could have a haircut like me. I got this one done yesterday. I said it was coming. Shocked Eli, but nevertheless, we're here. We're doing it. So let's break this down. Game 7 tonight. Eastern Conference semifinals winner gets the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Everyone else is all set. San Antonio, OKC, like we expected in the Western Conference. In the East, we're just waiting on this series to wrap up. The Cavs playing their second Game 7 of this postseason. First time around, they had it at home. They were able to get the job done. Game 6, they were at home, and they were against this Detroit Pistons team, and they laid an egg. So much so that we had some personalities hit the airwaves and have some pretty colorful comments about this Cavaliers team. Eli, play the clip.
Let's talk about that Game 7. Give me the keys to a win for the Cavs as UD shakes his head.
First, I just have to listen. I can't stand when players say, like, what is harping on this tonight going to do for Game 7? It's going to help if you hold each other accountable. It's going to help if you hold each other accountable. Listen. Coach Atkinson need to put some hot sauce in these boys' water bottles.
Yes.
I've never seen a
no
team.
doubt.
I've never seen a team come in with a chance to close out with less intent to finish them. I've never seen a team come in with a closeout opportunity with less focus, with less intensity. Like, I've never seen that. Hell, Coach Atkinson need to put some hot sauce in his water bottle, too. Because he ain't holding nobody accountable sitting up on that damn
hot
stand.
sauce going around.
Like, he ain't holding crystals at that. That's what we're doing. We're
there
coming
we
with
go.
the crystals. Just
Talk
in
to
case
him.
I get it, just in case you know. But I'm just saying, listen.
Crystals, holla at him.
Yeah, but no, listen, I've never seen a team have a chance to close out and come in with this. You didn't even crack 100 points tonight. Like, come on, and didn't sit there and be like, oh, we had an opportunity in small pockets. No. You had an opportunity to win the game from the jump. And your focus, the way you approached it, your intent, everything was off, and that's why you lost. Now you're going back to Detroit with Game 7. What's going to happen now? What's inside you is going to reveal itself in Game 7. We're going to see because you will be judged. Sitting up there talking about, oh, yeah, what we going to do about it now? Lose on Saturday. Lose the next game and watch what happens. You will be judged because everybody's sitting here waiting for Donovan to do what he's going to do. We're waiting for James to do what he's going to do. You guys have had the opportunity. Now you sit here in a Game 7 situation. If you don't close this out, you have nobody to blame but yourselves.
Man, they might need to just play this video in the locker room.
Yeah.
Because, man, I can't stand when guys sit up there on that panel and be like, oh, yeah, what can we do about it now? What the hell you mean, what can you do about it now? Hold each other accountable because James had crazy turnovers. You had bad turnovers. This guy didn't box out. This didn't happen right. All that was opportunity for you guys to do those things, and you didn't do it. So I don't agree with that. What are we going to do about it now? We're going to watch this damn film. That's what we're going to do about it now. And we're going to fix these problems so when we go to Game 7, we don't make these same mistakes. That's what we're going to do about it.
Lord, we come before you today.
I can't. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all know,
Dirk.
You can tell why UD was a leader in Miami and why they kept him around for a bunch of years, even after all the stuff was shaken out and he wasn't really playing anymore when it came down to it. Yeah, this is shocking to say the least. What the Cavs have done and what they've put themselves in after having a big win, on the road in Game 5, and they've won 3 straight games. And this is the thing: it's very difficult to win 4 straight games against any opponent in the NBA. Again, obviously, some teams like the Thunder and that can make it look pretty easy. Even the Knicks, the way they've been playing basketball. Granted, they haven't played in a minute, so we'll see how things go in the Eastern Conference Finals against either of these teams, either Detroit or Cleveland. But you kind of see the writing on the wall with this, and they're not really quelling any of those concerns about toughness. Donovan Mitchell has not quelled any concerns about being able to step up in the clutch and win big games. He had one really solid game in this series, and it was for a half. He played lights out. He had a couple other games where he scored some points, but it was really that Game 4 win when he stepped up and led the team to the win in the second half. 39 points in the half. You were kind of just waiting, and you were expecting that, okay, he's going to do that at some point in Game 6. It's home. The crowd's bumping. Everyone's excited. It was only a 3-point game at halftime. The Cavs should look at that, and they should say, hey, that's a win for us because they've played like terrible in the first half of every game, essentially, this postseason so far. Against Toronto or Detroit, it hasn't mattered. They've struggled in the first half. They've had some moments here or there. They've had early leads, like in the first quarter, in the first 6 minutes. But after that, they've been just going down by double digits almost every single game. And to go in at halftime only down 3, that's a win. And then the way they came out in that third quarter was rough. They never were able to recover. And Detroit, saw the biggest win of this series. What was it, 21 points, 115-94, whatever it was in that game. Cavs shot the ball awful. You'd like to say that's a clunker of a game that's not going to repeat itself, but you got to remember who's on the roster, right? You got to remember Donovan Mitchell has not shown up in these type of games his entire career. It's been his biggest issue. Can you win in the clutch and get to a conference finals or an NBA finals? He hasn't done it yet. James Harden, very specifically in these kinds of games, has not stepped up, has not brought it in Game 7 in key clutch moments. I don't know. This is going to be tough. And, UD hit the nail on the head when it came to, like, what do you mean there's nothing you can do? Double A brought this up, obviously, earlier in one of our other post-game, reactions and our breakdowns of the games where he said, I'm tired of Donovan Mitchell saying he doesn't feel pressure and all this stuff. Like, it's like, dude, this is pressure. You had a 3-2 lead. You built it up. And I know, again, 4 straight against any team is tough, but, like, you had all the momentum. And I said it on the post-game of Game 5. You need to step on their throats because they're going to come out with Game 6. Detroit doesn't know any better. This version of this team doesn't. They're just going to play hard. And whatever happens, happens. Like, they're playing with house money at this point. Their coach used to coach in Cleveland. He's been criticized for not being able to get out of a second-round series, but is really his first true run at a deep playoff run, potentially. So And he won 60 games this year. So, like, he's exceeded expectations in the regular season. He had an MVP candidate as his main star in Cade Cunningham, who's been more consistent than any Cavalier in the series as far as just delivering. I think he had one game maybe where he didn't play super well, but still ended up finishing with a triple-double or close to it. Like, he finds ways to impact the game even when he's not having those big games. And if Donovan Mitchell hasn't scored in this series, he has not made enough of an impact. He hasn't been a good distributor of the basketball. This guy averaged, 5 assists per game this year? How many assists per game is he averaging in the playoffs? I'll give you a hint. Not 5. Again, I know a lot of that goes to having James Harden dribble for 20 to 23 seconds of the shot clock, but still, like, he's got to be able to be put in those spots to make plays for others too. He's not doing that. And you guys are seeing the results of this. It's if Donovan doesn't score, it's like he's not a star. It's like he's an all-star who should know his role and just score the basketball, not take over a game. Listen, everyone loved LeBron, but LeBron, yeah, he scored 30 a game in the playoffs, but he also averaged a triple-double in some of those finals. Like, he was doing things that just took over the game. It wasn't just 30 points. It was 10 rebounds. It was 10 assists. It was, again, finding open teammates. It was getting multiple guys going, not just hoping Max Strus hits 6 threes in a game and all of a sudden all's forgiven. Not just hoping that Evan Mobley eventually hits down a few shots and it gets a little more aggressive. No, he made sure. LeBron was that kind of star that made sure we're getting Ev 15 to 20 tonight. I'm going to find a way. That dude made Timofey Mozgov look like a fucking all-star center. And I'm not saying everyone needs to be LeBron, but Donovan Mitchell was considered to be one of the top 5, if not top 10 players in the league. And after this past season, 28 points, 28, 5-5 or 4-4, whatever it was. Okay, you're on that level. Talking about this guy being one of the figureheads of Team USA moving forward. What are we doing? He's got to step up tonight. That's like one of my biggest keys. And I want to point this out too. And I mentioned this at the end of game 5, and people kind of rolled their eyes at me a little bit. Not in this, but like people I talk to in general, people outside the network. When I said if Duncan Robinson's healthy, the Cavaliers have a problem. Because the dude's tall. He may not be the greatest defender, but effort. He's bought into the effort. He's their Max Strus. Except he's starting, and he's been consistently consistent. He's had a full season to get this shit right. And he missed game 5, and it affected Detroit. You saw it. They were a little better defensively overall, but they missed his 3-point shooting. The dude hits 4 to 5 threes a game this entire series. I think he's averaging about 5 a game that he makes. For Detroit, that's either half to nearly, at the low end, maybe a third of their threes made per game. That's a huge chunk of their offense and their scoring that we're just glossing over and forgetting about. Duncan Robinson is my key player of the game tonight against either side. Can he finally have a game where he misses and doesn't shoot well? Or is he going to go 4 for 6 or 5 for 7 from 3 again, and is he going to bury the Cavs? And all those threes, it's not when they're, down 20 or anything like that, or they're down, whatever. Like, no, it's usually when they're up by a couple points and he nails a couple daggers. And it's like, my goodness, clutch shots. His time in Miami helped him with that. Same thing with Strus. His time in Miami helped him with that. But they're not offsetting each other right now. Strus has had a couple really good games overall and one game where he scored. And you were like, oh, we needed that. That game 5, he hit some huge threes and huge defensive plays. Duncan Robinson has done the same thing, but it's been every game. He's been a difference maker every game he's played in, and it showed up in the results. They're 3-2 in games Duncan Robinson has played in this series. I'm just saying. Dude cannot miss right now. And I expect nothing different. It's shocking. Going to take a quick break. On the other side of this break, we're going to get into some comments from JB Bickerstaff ahead of Game 7 tonight, as well as my official prediction, a couple other points we need to focus on, and the results of your poll. You voted. Can the Cavs get it done in Game 7 on the road tonight? We're going to have all that coming up next here on this special edition of Unfiltered Cavs pregame of Game 7 right here on the InsideEdge Network. Back after this. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prize sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Welcome back, folks. Pregame here of Game 7 on the Eastern Conference semifinals right here on the Inside Edge Network. A special edition of Unfiltered, getting you ready for the Cavaliers matchup tonight against the Pistons in Detroit. Again, our fearless leader, Double A, sending me some updates. Apparently, Max Strus may be in the starting lineup tonight for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They get ready to go. Going to move Dean Wade out of it. Interesting. Again, Wade hasn't really been a factor too much as far as just kind of, being out there for some size. But Strus, I mean, the way he's played defense, and I've mentioned him obviously before the Duncan Robinson heated exchange there, he's been kind of the one guy off the bench you've been able to count on pretty consistently, but now they're going to need him to step up tonight. It's one of my keys. You need an other in this game. Shaq calls them others, that kind of stuff. The guys that really aren't the prototypical stars, but they make out your team and they end up giving you some of those key contributions. They're going to need someone like Strus tonight to step up because history tells us James Harden's going to turn the ball over. History in this series. History tells us in the series, that Donovan Mitchell is not going to perform up to the level that we expect him to. History is going to tell us and has told us that someone like Duncan Robinson on the Detroit Pistons will step up and he will make plays and he will be a problem. So, that being said, you need someone like Strus. You need Dennis Schroeder to have a game. Maybe can you get 10 points off of Schroeder from the bench? I mean, you need it. Can Sam Merrill hit, 3 or 4 threes and make an impact? If he plays a little more, can you get 5 threes out of Merrill? He's got that quick release. Who knows? He can go off like that. They need someone off that bench to give them a really solid showing. And again, if you're only going to go 3 or 4 deep, I imagine now 4 deep if you're bringing Wade off the bench and maybe you work some guys in, but something has to change. As far as who Coach Bickerstaff, the former Cavs coach, thinks has the edge in this game and what's going to matter, he talked about it ahead of the game tonight. Eli, I'm going to have you play.
JB, these two teams already knew each other so well before getting into a 7-game playoff series. At this point, how much does it just come down to attrition and execution in a game like this?
I mean, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is the team that's going to win the game tonight. So execution is going to be key for both teams, and executing game plan, limiting, personnel mistakes, keeping guys away from their strengths, trying to make them play in positions of weakness, taking care of the basketball. Like all those things are going to come down to what ends up in win or loss.
again, he's very correct. He's very true. Again, it's the points off turnovers. It's the amount of turnovers the Cavaliers have had in this series. And last game alone, James Harden, again, 6 made field goals, 8 turnovers. It's like you can't do that kind of stuff. Can't be loose with the ball. You just can't. And if that's going to be the guy who's going to have the ball in his hands, distributing and making plays and trying to find open teammates, he can't make that many mistakes. And I'm tired of hearing about Detroit's a very good defensive team. They're not elite. They got one guy in Oscar Thompson who has shown the ability to be an elite type defender. That's pretty much it. People are saying, well, Jalen Duren. Well, Jalen Duren was MIA for the first 5 games of the series and went for 15 and 11 last game. Because, again, the Cavs just phoned it in. You heard him say it in some of their comments. Well, at least we set ourselves up to be ready for Game 7. It's like, you do not give teams like this life. Because sometimes the more talented teams lose to the teams that are just scrappy and just want it enough. And this team wants it enough. It's been a long time for Detroit since they've been into one of these situations. A long time. Conference finals, we're talking about back in the first era of LeBron in Cleveland. It's been a long time for the Pistons. And they were down 3-1 in that Orlando series. And they came all the way back and won it. Down 3-2 now in this Cavs series. Nothing would surprise me tonight. Not a single thing. It just wouldn't. And JB's right. Turnovers are going to be huge. Who wants it more? I think the one thing that's been the constant in this entire run with Donovan Mitchell leading this Cavaliers team has been, we all talk about it. We all talk about, we want this. We want to do this. We have a goal. We have a goal. We have a goal. Now it's time to prove it. Now it's time to step up. Now it's time to lead. Now it's time to impact the game. You know what I want from Donovan Mitchell tonight? I want a 25 to 30 point triple double from Donovan Mitchell tonight. Dominate. I don't care who's on you. Dominate. And also, no more layups. No more 15-foot floaters that rim out or miss the rim. No more bitching about contact. I want Donovan to throw the damn door down tonight. I want him dunking hard. Make a statement, not only to the Pistons, but to the Knicks for next round and to those 2 teams out west that are waiting because they're about to go to war. And they're not thinking about either one of these, any of these 3 Eastern Conference teams. They're not thinking about any single one of them. To them, that Western Conference final that starts tomorrow is their NBA Finals because they look at the finals and they say, that's a cakewalk. Trust me. I haven't been in NBA locker rooms, but I've been in enough college locker rooms to know how that goes. And they're looking at these 3 teams and they're like, yeah, we're good. San Antonio, OKC, those are the team. We're worried about each other. We're not worried about anyone out there. It's time to step the hell up. It's time to step up and show them that they do have something to worry about because the talent's here. The talent is here. Now what? Now what? Now what for us is we're going to throw up the results of the poll you guys put out on our social media. Took your vote. And as predicted, it's right down the damn middle. It's literally right down the middle. And the Cavs win Game 7. Y'all voted. Got some pretty good turnout on that. 50-50. Yes and no. And you know what? For as cynical as Cleveland fans are and as fickle and as in the moment as they can be, it's not bad. There's still some hope out there for Cleveland. The talent's there. Right? The talent is there. Everybody knows this. This team is stacked as far as what they bring to the table, star power, strength at different positions. They can go 8, 9, 10 deep if needed. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, it's the effort is so important. It's so important. And I know James Harden, he makes it look easy. Donovan Mitchell, with his 2 moves on offense, makes it look easy. It's either a step back or it's the over-the-top move. But, like, man, I need more. The team needs more. The city needs more, man. This is important because hate to break it to anyone out there, and I know I think the Guardians won today. I think they did. But, like, there's not a lot of room for like, really talented teams that have an actual chance to, like, go to the finals of their sport in Cleveland. Monsters won, I believe, yesterday too, so that's cool. But, like, this is the team, and it has been for the past number of years. Cleveland, the Guardians have been okay. They've been good. They made a little bit of a run a couple seasons ago, but it's like, okay, this is the team. Because you know damn well the Browns ain't doing this kind of stuff. They're not going to, the second round of the playoffs. They're not getting to the AFC Championship or whatever it is. Like, the Cavs are the team, guys. This is the team. And if this doesn't happen, and if the main event does come on to do post game after tonight's game, by the way, the sound was both clips courtesy of Amazon Prime. If the main event's talking about a Game 7 loss and what's next for Cleveland, we talked about it today. It's going to be a pissing match with Boston to see who can trade for Giannis. And they should be having those conversations regardless because of what guys like Evan Mobley have done in these series, in these moments. Bank on it while you still can, while you're still only 24 and still is that shiny new toy that could be around for the next 10 years. Because you may blink and you may still never be able to get out of a second round with this guy as one of your pillars, as Donovan Mitchell leading your team as the sole star, the superstar, your Superman. He's the guy. And he's coming up small. Hell, in that Game 5, he got bailed out. James Harden played well enough. Max Strus hit 6 threes. Mobley hit a couple big shots. Donovan didn't play well till the last 2 minutes of overtime when he finally hit 2 shots. That's what we're talking about. Be aggressive. 25 to 30 point triple-double tonight, Donovan Mitchell. Impact the game beyond just putting the ball in the basket. You can do that. We've seen it. We have. And again, I'm telling you guys, if the Pistons hit 16 threes in the game tonight, I'm sorry, this is going to be a blowout. Cannot. And this is not good because teams like San Antonio, teams like OKC, teams like New York spread the floor and hit shots. The Cavaliers' closeouts and their ability to guard a three-point line is shocking. And they're weak inside, too. They can be. Sometimes they're not. Depends on how they feel that day. Hey, we feeling pressure today or no? Hey, we feel like we want to play basketball today or no? Got to get it together. And this is an opportunity. This is a chance to prove a lot of people wrong. Or to prove a lot of people, including a lot of people on this network, right. When we say, yeah, this isn't it. Donovan can't be that main guy. Double A said it. Eli and Chad have talked about it. And again, I'm still on the fence. I said you couldn't win with 2 6'1" guards. Him and Darius Garland was not. That was the Portland Trailblazer combo that could maybe get to a conference finals if you're lucky, but they weren't going to get a championship. That combo just wasn't going to work. They trade Darius. They bring in James Harden. He's a bigger guard. But now the question's solely on Donovan Mitchell, and this is his game. This is the most. I think Eli said this is the most important game of Donovan Mitchell's season. This is the most important game of Donovan Mitchell's career. Pressure. Because no one's going to look at Jared Allen after this game and say, well, you should have done better. No one's going to look at James Harden and say, well, you should have stepped up and been the guy. No one's going to look at Evan Mobley after this game and say, you should have been getting 30 and 10 and dominating. You know what they're going to say that about? Donovan Mitchell. Got to step up. All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up for me. Don't forget to tune back in, subscribe, like, punch that notification bell to the Inside Edge Network. Post-game coverage right after the Cavs. They're going to be tipping off in a few minutes over on Prime Video. We will see you guys there. Until then, I will see you tomorrow, 5 o'clock, right here on Unfiltered on the Inside Edge Network. Don't forget, before you go, just know you always belong. You matter. You're worth it. You're doing great. You're loved. You can do anything. You have a voice, and I believe in you. I want to say I believe in the Cavs. Let's see if they prove me right. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.